What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Hoops Perspective. I'd like to give a special shout out to SeatGeek for sponsoring this video today. SeatGeek is a ticket app that takes the confusion out of buying tickets, alright? They use a 0 out of 10 score on each ticket to know if you're getting a good or a bad deal. Green means good, red means bad. Alright, don't waste any more time today. Get your first tickets using my promo code Hoops Perspective to take $20 off your first purchase. That's promo code Hoops Perspective. Now let's get into the video. Considered by many as the #1 player in the country, Jalen Green is a very special player with a very high ceiling. At only 16, people are already saying Jalen will be the next great guard in the NBA when he decides to declare in the next few years. Now, I'm not the type to make these claims, especially with a player this young, but Jalen's talent does scream NBA potential. Let's take an in-depth look at his game in this breakdown. Jalen's elite athleticism is probably the first thing that you'll notice when you watch him play. His highlight reel dunks have already made him a YouTube sensation, and the way he explodes off the floor is just ridiculous. Whether it's jumping off 1 or 2 feet, Jalen can rise with the best of them. I love the way he uses his athleticism to attack and finish at the rim, whether it's in the half-court set or fast break. I'm impressed that Jalen doesn't really play around when getting by a defender. He uses his quick first step and explosive jab steps to blow by his defenders, and when he gets to the rim, he can finish with either his left or right hand. Now at the high school level, Jalen can get away with getting by defenders with such simple moves, but he does need to add some dribble moves to his arsenal to get by the elite defenders at the college level. Jalen's jumper is still a work in progress, but you still have to respect it, especially when he's hot. He shot a solid 35% from deep his sophomore year, and his mid-range game is coming along very nicely. The way he uses screens and the way he picks his spots on the floor for pull-up jumpers is pretty impressive for a young player. This is an area of his game he constantly needs to focus on if he wants to reach his true potential as a player. Another thing I was impressed with was his motor on the boards and his defensive potential. Jalen crashes the boards very well, which is evident from the 7.7 rebounds he averaged last year. And Jalen showcases athleticism and length on defense from the games that I watched. But Jalen still needs to improve on keeping the same defensive effort on every play. While he is a special offensive talent, his decision-making on offense can improve as well. Jalen sometimes gets tunnel vision when attacking, and that often leads to turnovers or a forced shot. Also, his shot selection on jumpers can be pretty questionable at times, but I wouldn't consider it that big of a red flag right now. Another noticeable weakness in his game is that he's not very physical. Standing at about 6'5", 170 pounds, Jalen has a naturally slim frame, and it's not hard for defenders to knock him off balance when he's driving or body him in the post. But this is also not too much of a red flag, simply because as he matures physically, he'll naturally put on some more muscle. Well, here's my verdict. I personally believe as of now, Jalen is the best player in the 2020 class and should be in the discussion of best player regardless of class. He has all the tools you want in a potential NBA guard at only the age of 16. If he continues to stay healthy and picks the right school to play college ball at, I really don't see why he won't be a lottery pick in the next few years, but only time will tell.